Can you get a DUI in California if your keys are not in the ignition? You can be arrested for a California DUI whether or not the keys are in the ignition. However, in order to be convicted of a DUI, there must be some evidence that you actually drove the vehicle. This driving element can be satisfied by either direct or circumstantial evidence. Well, let me give you an example to show you what I mean. It's a fairly common situation for someone to be found sleeping in their car while they are under the influence of alcohol or above the legal limit, even though the arresting officer didn't observe the car being driven, and whether or not the keys are in the ignition. The sleeping person may still be arrested for DUI if there are facts that suggest that the person did, in fact, drive while they were under the influence. What are some facts that would support this kind of a conclusion? If the hood of the car was warm to the touch, suggesting that it had been driven recently, that could be an important fact for the officer to consider in making an arrest. If there were no footprints around the driver's side car door, showing that someone either walked away or walked to the car, that could be an important fact. If the person suspected of DUI made any statements to the officer that put them behind the wheel when they were under the influence or above the legal limit, that could do it too. However, there's a world of difference between a DUI arrest and a DUI conviction. If you've been arrested for drunk driving, it doesn't have to mean a DUI conviction. If you were in a car and never drove it, it doesn't matter how drunk you were, you shouldn't be convicted of a DUI under those circumstances. The bottom line is that these kinds of cases can be very fact dependent, and if you've been arrested for a DUI, whether or not the keys were in the ignition, you should consult with a DUI defense lawyer right away. If you want a free consultation with a California DUI defense lawyer, call us at 1-800-NO-CUFFS. That's 1-800-662-8337, or check us out online at nocuffs.com. 1-800-NO-CUFFS, as in, get those handcuffs off of me.